So we're here with the Broadway Division Power Rankings for Showtime Draft League off season. I went ahead and placed all of these ahead of time, so if you're just curious about what your team is, there you go. But if you want to hear more details about it, I would definitely stick around. What we're gonna do is, well, Winterbub's here with me too. We're gonna do this together. If you want to say hi.
Hello.
So we're gonna go team by team. We're gonna start with Meowidora or Meowdoria. I definitely butchered that name, and yeah, we're just going to go one by one and sort of share our thoughts about each of the teams. I was the one who placed these for this division because I'm the one playing in it. So Winterbub's kind of seeing this for the first time, but you do have like all the teams in front of you, right?
Yeah, I have everything.
Okay, bet. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the Eon Guardians, aka Meowdoria. I think I said that right that time. Okay, so I had this team over in fun and meta, and I don't know if you agree with that, but I definitely think the only lame part of this team is the fact that there is a whole Petulant on it. Petulant is as lame
Yeah,
as it
no,
gets.
I was super stoked to see their last two picks. I think Miltank and Golemalola are two incredibly fun Pokemon that I can't wait to see what they do with.
Oh,
I do
absolutely.
think Sylveon, it's a little bit more one-dimensional without Terra, but I do think it's a really great Pokemon. Wish Pass is always really great. Um, and I'm excited to see what they can cook up with Delphox. I'm excited to see that thing put in work.
Oh, that one is so scary. Yeah, I feel like every time I switch in a special wall, it just does 70% damage for no reason, man. Like, the only good counter is like AV Slowbro or just some AV bulky water type, right? So,
Dude, my mind was blown when I was playing in one of the aim tours. I got a nasty plot and 2-hit KO'd a Heatran after rocks with Psyshock. I like actually could not believe my
you
eyes.
2
It
KO'd
was
a
actually so
Heatran? Okay,
unreal.
yeah, this one is disgusting.
Yeah.
Never mind. But I'm curious to see what they do with Miltank and Golem Alola too. I just hope they don't end up being like Stealth Rock bots every single game and they actually do something cool with
Oh, that
them.
would suck. Yeah.
But you never know. I guess like their only other Stealth Rocker is the Iron Treads, right? So maybe if they want to do something else with that, they have to bring rocks on those two.
Right.
But yeah, the main reason I had this in fun as opposed to like meta and lame is just because I really like mons like Sylveon. Pivoting with the Rotom Wash is like an old Gen 6 strat, and I really like that as well. I guess winning with the Roaring Moon is kind of lame because it just clicks Dragon Dance and then there's nothing the
Yeah,
opponent
that is
can
pretty
do
lame.
about it. But
I
overall,
think
yeah, this draft doesn't seem annoying to play against at all. So
yeah, I think I wouldn't have put them so high on fun just because of like the top three are just like honestly the top five are just very like standard draft Pokemon. But I do think they do have a lot of fun options here.
exactly, it's just about how much they emphasize moving down in that draft and bringing mons like Sylveon, the duck, the cow. The cow?
Yeah.
Is Miltank a cow? It is, right? Okay.
I don't know, but I think so.
I like blanked for so hard for a second. I was like, what animal is this, man? But yeah, this draft definitely has potential to not be lame. It's just about what they want to do with it. Yeah. So
100%.
I'm happy with Meowidoras. I definitely said that wrong a second time. Do we want to move on to Jakoto so I don't have to say that
Yeah,
name
we
anymore?
can move on. We can move on to Jakarta.
Yeah, let's get out of here, man. Where did I have
I
Jakoto? Oh, I had Jakoto in
yeah, no,
Meta
I can
Lame.
I can understand why you put him here. I see that Glasscore, Pex, Corv, Heatran. Yeah, dude, like
No,
you're going
literally.
all the way down to lame.
You know what draft is lame when you had draft one bulky water and then you're like, you know what I need? I need a second one that just sits there for the entire game and doesn't die.
Yeah. I actually don't mind the first three. I think there's a lot of directions you could go with that, and then they're just like, yeah, I actually want to win my game, so I will be drafting the lamest core of all time.
I will be stalling and you will be happy with it, is what he said after the first three.
And then he like pretends to try to be fun by putting Feraligatr Mega in there. Now we see what's going on here. You
Oh
cannot
yeah,
hide
the
this.
third bulky water type that's gonna sit there and click roar. Very cool, man. I mean, he will win games. Everybody will lose to this draft, but it's not gonna be a fun time. I will say that.
I will say there are some fun things you can do with like Kamala. Krigaton's just probably gonna get webs, so that's not even like much I can really say about that. I do think that Heatran's underexplored in the draft. I think there's a lot of really cool stuff you could do. I remember I ran Iron Press and OU, and that was really fun.
Higher defense
And it
body
just has a
press.
really great
Wow.
move pool. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know it got body press. So you know what? That could be a lot of fun. Yeah. The other thing is
So there are
like
some things you can do.
if he brings Feraligatr Mega with like Swords Dance and webs a lot, that could be a really fun strat. It's just about whether he opts to do that or opts to sit there with his bulky mons for 60 turns every game, you know?
Yeah, maybe once he's qualified for playoffs, he'll be able to bring some fun stuff.
Exactly, yeah. The thing is, like, all of his defensive Pokemon, except for Pex mainly, can also run like very offensive sets. You can run Specs or Scarfini. You can run like setup Corviknight. You can run Scarf Heatran, so it doesn't have to be a
SD
super bulky
Spore, yeah.
team.
Yeah, that's true. I actually really like the versatility on this.
Yeah, absolutely. He has so many different options. It's just about how he uses them. That's the thing with this like format. I'm putting him in lame, but at the end of the day, it's about how the player wants to use the team, right? So
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, this draft definitely does have potential to be like meta and on the fun side if he wants. But on first glance, I have no trust in this man, dude. He's gonna bring stall every game.
Yeah, these are vibe-based PRs. This is not like objective power rankings. This is more for fun.
Exactly, exactly. But you know what? First glance, your draft is lame, Jakoto. That's all we're saying. The vibe is not there. Okay,
All
okay.
right. So A1 Gallade, good friend of mine. He told me he really wanted to draft Chestnut Mega. That was like his thing. He wanted to build around that.
Dang, okay. Well, he
And
got it secured.
yeah, he got it secured. And I honestly didn't like the round three gouging fire. I don't think it's super great compared to the other mons he could have picked up. But he said he wanted to use guys that he couldn't like normally use in OU, which I think is kind of respectable.
Yeah, that makes
Um,
sense. I think he has that, and then every other mon is like OU usable, but they're also like not very viable in OU, right? So it's easier to use
yeah,
them here.
yeah, 100%. Some picks that I really liked here. I really like the Silvally. The fact it can be any type is so broken. I don't know why like people hate on Silvally so much or
That
why
man's
it
so
like
good.
is
Yeah,
always like a last round pick.
it's
That's
like
just
deep.
so versatile.
It's such a good problem solver. Yeah, like if your draft is weak to anything in particular, Silvally will just be there to bail you out.
100%. I do think it's kind of unfortunate that it feels like a lot of these like matches it's gonna have to be Ghost just because he doesn't have one.
Oh,
Um,
you have a
but
good point. Yeah.
if he ever doesn't need a Ghost type, like it is like a very like flexible mon.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it just depends on like whether his opponent has a very big normal offensive presence, which I guess most teams don't, right? What's a good offensive normal type? E speed spammers?
Low putty, I guess, and
Maybe.
Ghost is
Yeah.
not helping you with that.
Exactly. Yeah. Explode. Yeah. Good luck taking Scrappy Boom Burst with that. The only reason I had this in lame, or at least towards the lamer side of meta, is just because I looked at Jirachi Togekiss and saw that he was going to do diabolical things with that. But,
Oh, yeah,
like,
that's fair.
you just know he wants to flinch everybody. I mean, he doesn't have to bring that strat, but, like, it's there, so I have to
I will
acknowledge it.
say he is not like the type of person to like crutch on that kind of thing. He is more of a like a he's more expressive in the builder than that. But I can see on like first glance how like that would be put there.
I guess, yeah. So he won't send it every week. And honestly, that's probably a good
Yeah.
thing because I feel like the player's skill
If
level is
someone
at a
else
point
had
now
that,
where nobody's going to fall for
yeah.
that anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Escavalier as a steel type is interesting, though. I guess he also has Jirachi, right? So doubling up there
Yeah.
is like a strange pick, but it does give him another knockoff user. Is it actually his only knockoff user? Maybe. Yeah, I think it is.
Donphan gets it, I'm pretty sure.
Donphan gets it, and I think Chestnut gets knockoff now, right? So
Yeah, you might be right about that.
exactly, yeah. Escavalier feels kind of awkward on this draft, but it is a solid 4 pointer, so I kind of understand just throwing it on there. But it's better than a lot of the other ones, right? So
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, overall, I think this draft isn't lame. It's just a matter of what are you going to do with that Jirachi and Togekiss, right? Are you going to Healing Wish spam? Are you going
Yeah.
to bring 6 setup mons every game? Because this draft can kind of do that if it wants.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do we want to
All
move on
right.
to Claire?
So next up we have Claire. The nastiest Veil team of all time.
I was about to
I
say,
honestly like I think Bax is great on it, but I was a really big enjoyer of the Charizard X over Bax. She made that change in Grace to change Charizard X for Bax. I really like the Zardex version better.
the Zardex version seems cool. I guess they do already have like a base 100 fire type setup mon, which is a bit tough, but
That is true, yeah.
also Baxcalibur does take advantage of the hail somewhat, right? Doesn't it get like a defense booster
Yeah.
now? So there is that. I would like to clarify on this graphic. I have Jakoto and Claire like not fully in the meta and the lame thing because Reina's there. Just pretend they're on top of Reina and they're all like next, to, like
Oh, so
next
they're
to each
all
other.
bottom right. Okay, I
Yes, exactly.
understand.
I just didn't want to do that and like overlay them on top of each other. But you can tell this draft was drafted to not use a single brain cell. Is why she's over there. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. And it is their Shifu Dark, which I think is like incredibly strong as well. It's not rapid.
It's dark. I mean, yeah, that's disgusting. The fact that you already have to deal with Baxcalibur behind Veil, and then there's just an Earthshifu Dark there on the team as well, pretending to not be annoying, is like really lame.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, and Annihilate behind Veil, like, yeah, dude, good luck.
dude, this team needs like you need to bring like three bulky fairy types to have a chance against this team, and I don't think most people are gonna have that. So, good luck.
Yeah. 100%.
I guess like who
Yeah.
had
So I,
Silvally? A1 Gallade could bring
A1
like
did, yeah.
Silvally Fairy and Togekiss. Yeah.
Yeah, until you parting shot into that Annihilate, but it has a +3 boost now.
Yeah, we don't look that far, man. We just think about the fact that fairy counters fighting and dragon.
True.
But yeah, I
All
mean,
right, so
I was
yeah,
gonna say
sorry.
if Claire has any potential to not be lame here, it would be like by bringing Iron Bundle strats and not just setup spamming every week. But I don't think that's in the cards. She's just gonna bring
That's not in the cards.
a lead like Glamora, a lead Ninetales, and four setup mons, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah, do you have anything else you want to say about this one?
I think Arc Result's cool, but it's just overshadowed by everything else.
Exactly. I guess it can be like a cheese strat too. How fast is Arc Result? Is it like 55 or 60? I can't remember.
Hits like low 200s after like max speed.
Also,
I
it's like
used it in
bad.
draft, but I don't remember specifically. But yeah, but it has a slush rush for Bolt Beak, which is nice. But
Yeah. Any like decent speed scarfer is gonna like check that thing though, right? So it's
oh,
kind of
100%,
tough.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like a base 100 scarfer probably outspeeds that, but at the end of the day, it's just there if she has the potential in the matchup, right? So,
I will say, it is worth noting. So the first five that we're going over,
mhm.
four of them are in the meta lane square. So I wonder if that says something about like how important your first mon is and like drafting around that. I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but I think it's cool that a lot of the early picks like ended up in that square.
That's fair. Yeah, I will say I didn't actually rank these in the order of the draft. I like started at the bottom left, went up to Meowdoria, went right to Jakoto, then went down to me, and just went back and forth like that. So, obviously, like if you're watching this, you probably can't see the doc, but this was not placed in draft order, but we're just going in draft order while reviewing them. So, yeah, do we want to move on
Next up, we
to
have a
Reina?
cold team name. I really like Altaria Motives. That's so cool. With the Mega Gren team, that's very cool.
When I first met Reina, like it was 8 months ago, I never told them about this team name, but it is so fire. Yeah, they've used it the entire time. Altaria Motives. Their draft though is something.
Yeah, it's something. Um, I will say there are really fun picks here. I like Hitmonchan. I like the Dunsparce. And I can't wait to see what Mega Gren does. I'm really excited to see these new Megas.
There are some really fun picks here. I just can't justify putting Alamamola Lando T anywhere other than fully lame. Come on now.
That's fair.
Alamamola is like the most boring mon in the entire game at the current moment. It didn't need flip turn. I don't know why they gave it to it.
Yeah, I agree. I think Aloe is like if you're using it like trying to sweat off like sweat out in the OU ladder, like whatever, right? But using
Exactly.
it in draft, like, are we serious? Are we serious?
At least you know it's coming and you can just bring six toxic mons, but like also, why do we have to do that, Just let us play the game. If there's any justice, Rena will miss every fireball with their Cinderace and will lose every game because of it. But if they land, they're winning every game, so.
So true. I honestly don't have a ton to say other than like Lando T has its Nat Dex moveset, which is a huge boon for it.
Yeah, it
It's
gets
gonna
like
be able to do a
knockoff
lot of
and
things.
defog. A ton of stuff it doesn't have
Rock
normally, right?
polish, yeah.
Exactly. This draft can be fun though. Like I'm seeing Glare strats with Dunsparce and maybe T-Wave Raging Bolt into speed control with Ogerpon.
Oh, oh, so we're talking about fun and then we're talking about glare. Yeah, I don't think we're on the same page
Hey man, I'm thinking
here.
about speed control. Forget the full para nonsense. Come on. It's basically sticky webs if you're not clicking sticky webs, which is fun in my book. So
That is true. That is true.
actually, a lot of these teams don't even have an electric type to absorb glare with, right? Maybe they do, and I just overlooked a lot of them. But no, they don't. Yeah. So
I mean, you can look at this next one. We got Pikachu.
yeah, I had a lot to say about this next one because I'm pretty sure Cards 2 UK got skipped like 6 times while we were drafting, and the
That's
second
so funny.
the second half of their draft ended up just not being it. But you know what? It does look very fun, so I'll give them that.
Yeah, no, I mean, you have like these four like strong dark types like right off the bat. I don't know like what the thought process behind that was. Like it's like Dark and Psychic spam. It's really interesting. And then you get to like Brambleghast. It's like, okay, where are we going?
Exactly, yeah. The thing about this draft is, yes, there's a lot of type overlap, and yes, it is very trash. That's why I have it in the trash and very high, heavily fun section. But individually, these mons are all scary, man. Like Chiyu, Dio Speed, Hoop Bound, King Gambit, Lottie Mega, Ogerpon. You can get 6 0'd by any of those individually if you're not careful.
100%. And Smeargle to set webs or literally anything it wants to do. It doesn't have that great of BST, so it is easier to handle than a lot of other like hazard leads. But this thing could be a threat as well. It's
Absolutely.
just
Like,
really annoying to figure out what it's gonna do.
it's not a free matchup just because a lot of their mons are just gonna click a move and KO a Pokemon for no reason or just accidentally sweep you like King Gambit, right? But it is easier that it's a draft league so you know what to expect. But I'm still really. I, I just hope they bring the Pikachu, man. Come on. Do it like at least 1 week.
Dude, in the round 10 Ogerpon Wellspring, like what happened? How did it get here?
Oh, yeah. What is happening there? That thing, I mean, we're not doing Terra, so it's not as good as it could be, right? But
Yeah.
still, it's just gonna click Cudgel, and like I think I see 2 drafts that have an actual switch into that. So here
Dude,
we
I
go.
just don't know how it fell so far.
Yeah, like did nobody else want that? I guess like a lot of teams
I
had
guess.
water types earlier on, aka Jakoto drafting
That's
3 of
true.
them by round 5.
And I will say, I think Orthworm is like a really incredible 2-pointer. I picked that up on my draft, which we could talk about a little bit later. Um, but yeah, I really like Orthworm here as well.
It's really funny
It's a
because that's
ground
like
immunity.
I was about to say it's the funniest ground immunity because Latios Mega is the only
Yeah.
other one on this draft, and now you have a steel type that's immune to ground for some reason. So yeah, have fun with that.
Unfortunately, they don't have a ground immunity if their ground opponent is
I
Excadrill.
was literally about to say the same
So
thing. Yeah, good luck until you run into like Mold Breaker Drill and get 6-0 by Earthquake.
yeah,
You have to bring like Air Balloon on your Pokemon at that point, and
or
yeah,
maybe
that's not
like
gonna be
a
fun.
bulky ogre pond.
I mean, like I guess Excadrill gets X Scissor, but you can bring Spiky Shield and troll it a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not
All right.
hopeless.
I think this is pretty fairly rated. I think DOS is like incredibly fun because you can just do whatever you want with it. So many different moves.
Yeah, it can be a breaker. It can
Um,
just be like a gigantic hazard setter if you want to be boring. But I guess overall this draft is very fun, so I can't knock
yeah.
it for that. Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Locky with the Toronto Tatsugiris drafting Great Tusk Mega Diancie Hippowdon.
I was
That
about to
is
say,
just
like, this draft looks very annoying to play against, but why do you just have 2 bulky ground types for your first, like, 4 picks, man? What is going on here?
I think it's kind of unfortunate actually because it forced like it kind of forces Wochian to come a lot because you're gonna need like something really good for these water types because like Slowking, yeah, but like uh, I don't know. A lot of the threatening water types aren't even like special. Like a lot of them are just like hitting the physical side, and they probably have like coverage for Slowking. Whereas Wochian doesn't care about your super effective coverage. It's still taking 20%. Like like
Exactly,
so
yeah.
I am a little bit worried about them their top heavy part of their draft being really weak to water and just not having a ton of like great defensive counterplay to a lot of stuff. But I do think they have the options in the back.
Absolutely. I will just say, like you said, this team is so water weak. If they run into TP's Urshifu Rapid Strike, they will be getting 6 0 if TP plays that right, because
Yeah, 100%.
nothing tanks that hit, yeah. The 2 Megas is really interesting, too. I was talking with you about that right before we joined call, and I guess nobody else can have either of those because they wanted to hog both, but fair enough.
Well, if you're not taking Mega Scizor by like round 6, then it's fair game in my opinion.
No,
I think it
literally.
would be way more cringe if they like went round 1 Diancie into round 1 Mega Scizor. Like that would be cringe, but I think
Yeah.
that's fine.
Especially because I don't think they had a steel type up to that point, and their only other steel is a
Yeah,
Bisharp, so you kind of need a good one, right?
yeah, 100%.
Their 1 and 2 pointers at the bottom are actually good Pokemon, too. I've seen those Pokemon
Oh
do,
yeah,
like, insane things.
yeah, Sligo Hisui, that's like top 3 in NFE. Like I played as Tor in that tier. It's pretty fun, but Sligo kind of just sits there and never ever dies. It's really annoying.
I bet. I don't know how many of Hisui and Gudra's moves it gets. Does it still get, like, knockoff and stuff? Or
Yeah,
it
yep,
does? Okay, yeah, that mon is really good
yep.
then.
I'm pretty sure.
And then obviously it gets all the
Yep.
coverage, right? So,
Yeah, and they'd run rest talk on it. It just sits.
exactly, yeah.
I really like the Houndstomp pickup. That's one of my favorite Pokemon in draft. I had it as a Terra Captain, and it put in so much work, dude.
Oh, they actually do have a Sandcore going on with that. You're right. So
Yeah.
we'll see whether they want to G somebody with the last respect strats, right? We're allowing that, right?
Oh,
So
I'm pretty sure that's banned.
is it
I
banned?
might not
Okay.
have written it.
So it's just gonna be Poltergeist Sweeper if they want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, last respect is on the rules. Okay, I remembered. Let's go.
Okay, okay, bet. But yeah, this draft is really fun. It's just, do you want to bring Torn T Sloking Hippowdon Regenerator Fat every week, or do you want to bring your offensive stuff, right? We have to
Yeah,
see.
exactly.
But there's potential here, so I'm hoping that they bring some cool things.
All
But
right.
anyway, yeah,
Next
speaking
up,
of sand teams,
yeah. No, I really like this team. Um, I almost wish they went Ogre Pond Wellspring over the Dracovish round 3.
Ogre. Oh, that would have been so good. Yeah, I mean, it's only 2 more points, and they have 2 extra points to spare, so
Yeah, that would have been really good.
that would have been really
I
solid.
was I was told Darm Galler wasn't like as good in draft, and that's why it's at 12 points. But dude, I don't know, man. Like I've never used this in draft, but like I can't imagine like you could just guerrilla tactics and like icicle crash. Like I don't understand how that could be bad.
No, exactly. Darmanitan Galar is the one that you bring one fake counter to, and if they predict you going into it, you just lose the game. So, good luck with that. But
I, yeah, that's crazy.
it's like Ursaluna syndrome, right? You just have to predict the mon that's coming in that takes the one stab hit, and then you just click the stab the rest of the game.
100%.
How do you
I
feel?
do think they have.
Go
Oh,
ahead, yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna
No,
say
no,
how
you
you feel
first.
about Manectric Mega. Do you like that Mega, or do you think it's boring?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to talk about. I wasn't very big on Manetric Mega. I think there's like better low point megas. Namely, I think Banette Mega is grossly underrated. But every single time I say this, everyone disagrees with me. They think it's bad. No, I love Banette Mega, and that thing was like 2 points, bro. I'm like, there's no way.
It's so good, especially now that it gets
Oh, it's
Poltergeist and
3.
doesn't have to run
Yeah,
Shadow Claw. Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know why people don't
exactly.
draft that. I mean, I didn't draft it, so I can't say anything. But somebody should have.
Somebody did. Somebody did.
Oh, somebody did. Yeah, we're going to talk about that
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
last team in this division. But going back to Rapidtup's team, I also really like Manectric Mega. It's just tough without hidden power, right?
yeah. I mean, it does have like better coverage than a Lecky at least as like a fast electric. Like you have the overheat, right? So it's like fine. Like treads can't counter this as so there's that I guess. I don't know. I'm not very big on Manetric Mega in general.
Yeah, I mean, it's usable. It's just your best option against a fat spit F ground that isn't Iron Treads is clicking Toxic into it, right? So,
Yeah.
like, if who had Hippowdon, the team right before this brings spit F Hippowdon, you're not going to do anything with Manectric Mega that entire game.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly. Although I will say it does force some mind games because you can just double into Dracovish, which gets a kill with Vicious Rend on every ground type in the game. So,
Yeah, that is true actually.
yeah, there's some synergy going on there.
Well, actually that Quagsire will be okay. It just runs water absorb.
Oh, true. Yeah, I didn't think about that. So, if somebody has Quagsire, I don't know who does, they're going to be in a good spot. I guess Clodsire is
Cars
the same thing.
Cars has it.
Cars has it. Okay, okay. Oh, we didn't even talk
All
about
right,
that.
cool.
Yeah. But
Oh, Brute Bonnet. Brute Bonnet's really fun. I like that guy.
oh yeah, is that it gets photosynthesis boost, right? But I think the
Yes,
only
but
Sunsetter on this team is Moltres clicking Sunny Days, so a bit tough, but
I bet Mega Audino has it and it could like baton pass out. Oh, but it
oh, that
has
would
to
be
hold the
cool.
Mega Stone, so you can't have like Heat Rock.
Oh, good point. Yeah, I didn't even realize there was two megas on this team as well, and three fairy types. Yeah.
That is true.
What are they doing with Audino,
And
Mega, Enam, and Lele?
Tapu Lele will be just clicking buttons against a lot of drafts, so that's gonna be disgusting.
Yeah, a lot of the teams we've talked about up to now actually don't have amazing switch-ins. Like, I guess a lot of them have one fat steel type, but this draft has 50 different ways to abuse steels anyway, so it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I think the only person that really has something for Lele is A1 Gallade with that Jirachi.
Jirachi helps a
And
lot.
even
I
then
was
it
gonna
can
say
run
Reina's
Shadow Ball.
Bronzong is kind of good here too,
Oh,
but
true, 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 true.
like Lele does get Shadow Ball. It's not just gonna sit there and do nothing. So,
Right.
all right, do we want to talk about TP?
We do. I really like their logo, by the way. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, the concept is so amazing. Will of the Wisps. I love that a lot.
And it looks like they drew it too.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm assuming they joined this league, went into like Photoshop or some sort of drawing app, and just did that in like 5 minutes. But it came out great.
I think it looks good, yeah.
hmm
I really like the Duskull in the back.
Exactly. This draft does look really fun as well. It's just, I mean, it has a Slowking Galar and Clefable, but hear me out. They have Pokemon that just click buttons that look really fun to use, like Staraptor and Hearthflame.
Yeah, I really hope Staraptor gets to get some kills. I have a friend who's like super into Staraptor. He really likes it,
Oh, I think I
and
know them. It's Tidal Bird, right?
yeah, Tato, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I really hope that it just gets to put a choice band on and just nuke some stuff.
Exactly. TP, don't bring Final Gambit, Suicide lead every game. Let Staraptor do things.
Let it click buttons.
Exactly. The only reason I had this draft not meta and more on the trash side is because their fastest mon is 110, Ogerpon Hearthflame, so anything faster is just going to destroy this entire team.
I think that's actually faster than my fastest mod.
Is it
It's
actually
actually
fast?
so
Oh,
bad.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have some things to talk about when we go to the Hollywood division, man. I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, I do think their draft is a little slow, but you make up for that with really strong priority from Scizor, great speed control, from Zygarde and Clef being able to pair stuff, and Barbarical smashing. You have screens to, facilitate that too. So I think it is like kind of like fake slow in a way. Um, because I do have options, but it is like the fact that they have to like do things to make their team fast does pose some problems.
Yeah, it's not like they just lose, but like there are actually certain
Yeah.
mons they will just lose to if they're played properly. Like for example, I'm looking at Locky's Tornadus Therian. That thing with taunt and the correct
Yeah.
three coverage moves just 6-0 this team. But
Yeah, it's over.
exactly.
Slowking's gonna have to be like LeBron in that matchup.
You're gonna have to bring like mental herb T wave and hope they don't like sub on you. It's gonna be a mess, but there is potential because a lot of these mons are bulky enough to just live one hit, right? So
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, Glare Zygarde. I don't know if you mentioned that is a great way to maintain speed control. So
Yeah.
okay, all
All right.
right.
Next up, we have this Luster SN
This
guy with
man, yeah, who is
Dragapult,
this guy
Floette,
thinking he's?
Metagross, Zapdos. Like, what are we talking about? This is like the most draft team of all time. Like,
Dude, I was gonna
I don't know.
say
Like,
I should have put myself like at the peak end of lame, but I didn't want to like knock myself that badly. Come on. I
I
have a
think that this is
Suicune
like
though. Yeah.
if someone like posted a sample team for this format of draft, this is what it would look like.
Exactly, but like it gets the job done, Like it's not gonna
Yeah,
lose to
hundred
anything,
percent.
probably. At least not on team preview.
Yeah, I really like the Servine pickup with all the things you were talking about in the chat when we were talking about it with having Knock, Defog. It still has Leaf Storm. And I really like the Nido Queen pickup. I'm a very big Nido enjoyer. I think they're both super cool. It's a
Hmm.
great grounded poison. It has T spikes. It has great coverage. There's a lot of directions you can go with that. So those are two Pokemon I'm super high on your draft.
Yeah, thank you. I was
And I
actually
also want to see Floette click. I'm excited for that as well.
float clicking Moonblast and Light of Ruin is gonna happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very excited to do that. But onto the Nido thing. Actually, it turns out Nido Queen and Nido King were like both 13 points, so I was really indecisive when I was deciding between those
Yeah,
two. I figured that the bulk Nido Queen has to offer is going to be the way I want to go. Because I don't want to be forced to run Rocks Metagross every game, and having to run Rocks Nido King is just not a good look because it's going to die to every one hit, so I opted for this strat instead.
that and I also think that the bulk just helps your team out a lot. Like Zapdos is kind of like your Pokemon that I guess it doesn't even run bulky every single time, but that is gonna be like your bulky fallback. Like Metagross has like fake bulk, it doesn't have recovery. But you can put AV on and live a lot of stuff, so that's fine too. And then Suicune. So having Nidoqueen just like I feel like it helps your draft a lot, if you ever need to fall back onto something.
Yeah, absolutely. And also just it helped with the speed tiers a lot more too because 85 would have been really awkward. There are some mons that could just run attack or special attack boosting nature had I had Nido King here instead, but Nido Queen covers that. I think Heatran was the main one I was thinking of. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm really happy with this, but we'll see how it does. It's just about bringing the correct sets to every matchup, right?
Yeah, 100%.
All right,
Um,
Captain.
Yeah, next up we have Captain. His logo was such a pain to get into the dock. I had oh my god, every single time I tried to insert the image in cell, it just gave me an error. I had to upload it to my Google Drive and then do it through like that. So I just wanted to mention that because that gave me so much pain and suffering.
That sounds so
But we have
annoying. Yeah.
A Terrapagos Charizard wide draft here. I really like having the Sandy Shocks to abuse that. I kind of wish there was like, one more Protom on this team to really take advantage of the sun, even if it is like short sun.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it can like wall break in a pinch still, right? If you're able to get the positioning
Yeah,
correctly.
and I am super excited to see if Captain can keep these rocks off and really put in work with this Charizard.
Exactly. They
Because
have
I
great ways of
think,
doing that.
yeah, I mean Hatterene and like probably the best spinner because it or most consistent at least, just because it has that multi-scale. It's never going to die in one.
Exactly.
Or
And
it's even stronger than multi-scale because it's a resisted hit instead of just half damage.
yeah, like sometimes Dragonite just dies through multi-scale to stuff like ice beams and whatnot,
Ice beam,
right?
yeah.
But Terapagos doesn't have to deal with any of that, so
And it's also worth mentioning that Terapagos, Terra Shell or whatever it is, it works for multi-hit moves. It resists all of them, whereas D Knight would just like not get the multi-scale boost after it gets hit the first time.
oh, you're right, yeah. And also like even if it was gonna get hit for super effective damage, Terapagos would have to like get hit by Focus Blast, and that move doesn't land anyway, so it would never die in one hit, right?
Yeah, true, true, true.
Yeah. Overall, it's just a better. It's more reliable in terms of removing hazards. I don't think people are, like want to bring Defog Dragonite anyway. So, not that you were comparing it to
Uh,
Hazard Control Dragonite,
yeah,
but
yeah,
still,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I will say I think this team is rated a little bit too far left. I think that there's a lot you could do here. I will say like maybe like the latter bit of it I can see where that maybe comes in here. But I think the Firewater Grass Core of Zard, Wyatt, and Polion Hydrapple is really, really good. I think Hydrapple can put in a lot of work if you get lucky with Fickle Beams especially. And I think Empoleon's just a great like bulky pivot to bring in stuff like Zard and I guess Zard.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Maybe I did have a bit too far to the left on the trash side, but the thing about this draft to me is it does look very passive at first glance because a lot of their mons aren't immediately threatening. Iron Hands has to Swords Dance to do anything. I guess Zard Y exists, right? But every team probably will have one decent switch into Zard Y if they drafted a bulky water. And alongside that, it does have to rely on keeping hazards off, right? So it forces a ton of potential mind games to even use your potential breaker. But I mean, obviously, you can try to play those mind games, so maybe it's not as trash as I had it in first glance, right?
You know what? I think I can understand where you're coming from. But I think that there's like a couple changes that he could make and like drastically increase his the strength of his draft. Which is a good thing we have these like five free agents. So I could see this draft being really good if he makes a couple changes to make it less passive. I agree.
Exactly. Yeah, I was also going to bring up the speed tier issue again because his fastest mon is I think Azel for his Obstrika, but he does have that sticky webs option at the bottom if he wants to troll around a bit.
Yeah.
But the only problem with that is like you're going to click sticky webs, your opponent's just going to click rocks the same turn, and then like you have to get your spin off, and you're not abusing your webs as well, right? So
Wait, where did you rank Spy? Sorry, not to finish captain's thing, but I think you forgot to put him on.
no, he's on there. It's just I didn't have his logo because it's not in team logos, so I googled a picture of
Oh
espionage and
shoot.
put an Espeon with glasses on there
Oh,
instead. And
oh,
yeah, he's all the way
oh,
to the right side.
oh, oh. Okay, no, I understand it now. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I made his logo, so I didn't post it in there. That's my bad.
I figured, yeah, because he didn't have one. He just put like I don't have anything, right? So
Yeah, that's my bad.
but yeah, we got an
Okay.
Espeon with
Sorry
glasses,
about
and we
that.
can talk about that to wrap this up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, Sneasler Coco, it's just disgusting. I think the Halucha is a little bit redundant. I think that if you even were gonna go for it, I didn't think it needed to be that early. I think Iron Crown is gonna be absolutely disgusting on this, and I love Bennett as we talked about earlier.
Bennett's gonna be so fun, yeah. The only thing about this draft is it just looks like a slightly more honest version of Claire's to me. Like this team can just go full setup every single time, but they're all one-dimensional setup mons for one. Like Sneasler, Halucha, Garchomp, and T-Tar Mega all do the same thing every time they set up. He does have the option to bring not setup oriented teams though, whereas Claire's really didn't. So I have this a little bit less lame in comparison.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand that.
Exactly. Like at the end of the day, if you want to, you can just put the terrain extender Coco plus double unburden plus SD scale shot Garchomp, Iron
Yeah.
Crown agility strat, and T-Tard Mega Dragon Dancer Rock Polish in the bag. But just don't do that, man. Bring all your cool stuff like Ditto and bring the Aron. It'll be great.
Yeah, if Flareon or if Aaron gets some kills, dude, that would be crazy.
Yeah, do the Endeavor strat. I don't think it gets priority, unfortunately, but you can bring stuff down to one health if you want to be funny.
I think it does Sandstorm. That's how that Fear Aaron works. So
Oh,
it
is that
has
how
the
that
T-Tar to
works?
do that.
Wait, so do
Yeah.
you set up Sandstorm and then you like custap Endeavor
Endeavor
them, or
with
okay?
you endeavor with because that's sturdy with Soothe Bell, so you get back to full HP after you endeavor.
Oh, that's how that works. Okay, wait, that could be really
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, it could be really funny.
I'm glad you told me how that works though,
Or
because I was definitely about to lose my entire team to that when I played this person. So now I'm aware of what's going
just
on.
just Will-O-Wisp with Dragapult, you're fine. And you're immune to
Exactly.
Endeavor.
But yeah, I think
All right.
yeah, we're good to go here, right? I hope that nobody took their placements too personally, right? Like you said, this was just for fun, but
Yeah, 100%. And you can always prove us wrong. This is our opinion, and it's not even like super serious beyond
exactly,
that as well.
exactly. Yeah, I hope you like the banter and whatnot. But yeah, there will be a video for Hollywood Draft PRs up probably around the same time as this. We don't know when either of them are being uploaded at this point, so we'll figure it out. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed.